A potential deep run in the postseason awaits the Lexington Lady Lex here tonight in Game 2 of this sectional championship doubleheader. Going to be hard to top what we just saw between Norwalk and Ontario, but Lady Lex looking to get some early momentum for a potential run at state on their road to Dayton. Live and free right here in the OH Report as they take on Madison.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Whether it's supporting our local teams or cheering you on in life, we're here for you in every victory, big or small. Mechanics Bank! That's better.
I didn't think our staff would even notice that we switched cleaning companies, but they did right away. They noticed that the office was cleaner, that things were bright, more vibrant, and that created a more positive working environment for us. There's always a potential to spread illness if our building isn't as clean as it possibly could be. Having Pinnacle in our building to make sure that it's as clean and safe and healthy as it can be helps us take the best care of our patients. It's family owned and operated, they're local, which means a lot to us.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
It's time now for your pregame show presented by Schmidt Security Pro and Schmidt Fire as we get to witness Lady Lex take the floor against the Madison Lady Rams. Game 2 of this sectional doubleheader from Lexington High School. My name is Jonathan Langdon. Brandon Powell, your camera operator here today, and your director and producer. Everything else is Adam Thompson here for tonight. Let's go ahead and look at both of these teams, starting with the Lady Rams. Of course, an OCC rematch. The Rams have yet to take a set from Lexington in their last couple of games against them. There's a roster featuring 6 seniors fighting for their careers here tonight, and Trisha Bernhard's going to have them ready for a potential fight with one of the favorites, not just in the area in Division III, but even in the state. They've got a special team over at Lexington. But let's continue to talk about these Rams with their player spotlight as Madison recently got a win against Mansfield Senior, and one of their bright spots in that game is going to be Peyton Butler. Yes, Peyton Butler, the outside hitter senior, wearing number 2 for this team, and all OCC honorable mention last year, 200-plus kills, nearing the 200 mark in the digs category as well. Going to have the national anthem yet again here, so we will step aside for a moment. On your screen, Lexington. Let's go ahead and talk about those Lady Lex here, live and free on the OH Report. Thank you so much for joining us, whether it is on the OH Report or on the NFHS Network. You're in for a treat. This Lady Lex squad is special. Finished 3rd in a tough OCC conference, 18-4 on the year, 10-4 in league play. They are on an 8-game winning streak as we sit right now against these Madison Lady Rams. They did recently fall to the Lady Arios, but they did have a solid win streak before that. Ashland played them well in a 4-set loss. They also took down Revere in a battle of Minutemen to conclude their regular season. But here they are looking to make a deep postseason run, as we would document it all here on the OH Report, starting with the sectional title game. So you see Lexington, you see Madison. Let's go ahead and talk about keys to victory for both of those sides. But first, we got a player spotlight. And of course, you cannot forget about the University of Maryland commit, Ava Brown. We got to see her a ton last year when we got to cover postseason play. Ava Brown, number 3 in purple today. She'll stand out like a, I don't know what, I'm trying to come up with the metaphor right now, but she stands out. She's 6'3". Senior will be all over the floor today, especially on the outsides. They may use her in the middle to block here and there, but Ava Brown will be the center of attention, not just for the setters for Lady Lex, but definitely for the Lady Rams as they try to and hope to contain this Lexington squad. So there's all of the Lexington players. Now let's go ahead and jump to keys to victory for both of these teams. And we'll go ahead and start with Madison as you see them on your screen right now. I think the big key for them is to prevent scoring droughts. That's going to be the huge one if you're Madison in this game. If you go cold, this Lexington team can run up the score. Want to just make sure you can stay as close as possible throughout. See if you can potentially pounce and take a set here, but it is going to be an uphill battle. You're 0 for 6 so far in sets against this Lexington squad. And then also, the reason I spotlighted them having 6 seniors is you've got to recognize the occasion. This could be the end of your season here tonight if things don't go your way, so certainly play like it. On the other side for Lady Lex, of course, they have plenty of weapons at their disposal. But I think the biggest thing is you feed that hottest hand, and it is certainly Ava Brown, who is going to have a chance to eat here and eat in plenty, as the next key is going to be just going all out on each play. Don't give Madison any sort of momentum just because you're not giving it your 100% effort. The effort plays have to be all on the Lady Lex side. for them not just to win this game, but to really make a statement to the rest of the district that they are going to be a tough out as the 2 seed in this pod. We already saw that the winner of this game is going to take on the winner of this one on Monday over. But still a lot to play for here tonight between these Madison Lady Rams and the Lady Lex. Here's the tournament draw, the bracket, as you will. Shawnee took down Springfield a few days ago, so they will take on Lima Senior in the sectional title game. I believe it's tomorrow that game is. And in Defiance, Lida, 2 teams that we don't know too much about here at the OH Report, but definitely pose as a threat with those seedings. And in Ontario, the 4 seed advances to play the winner of this game. Willard District should be a tough one, should be an exciting one as well. Already a 5-set thriller in a sectional. Here we go. Lady Rams will start out with the serve with Grace Spielman. Received by Brown near side. Didn't even get to mention Tatum Stover, who gets the first kill of the game. She is kind of the Robin to Ava's Batman this season, as she gets us started in a big way. 3.5 kills per set for Tatum. She'll get to serve. Puts this over, received by the libero for Madison. Swing by Butler. Here goes Brown off the block. Early and often, expect to see plenty more of Ava in this first set. That replay presented by Charter Next Generation. Stover, received by Butler. Rogers the libero for Madison as this eats up Lady Lex. And Madison scores their first point of the night. After that one hits off the hands of Alexis Foster for Lady Lex. And that ball dips quickly on Stover. That's a nice ace for the libero. Ariana Rogers. However, this ball, very much the opposite of the last. This sails long. See rotation out of Lexington. And here goes Kylie Thornton. Another senior for this veteran-heavy group. Temple, the setter, dumps it down, and that's going to be where Bella Temple gets to eat in this game, because everybody's so worried about the 2 pin hitters that you have. That Temple's got a lot of open space that will potentially open up in the middle, especially against this Madison squad, as there's another point for Lexington. Headed Butler's way. Good swing, dug up by Stover. Here goes Brown, pummeled up the middle. There's the look again. Makes it 6-2 Lexington. The serve just sails in. Good solid run at the service line from Thornton will end here. Good job by Madison getting out of that scoring drought they had. Thanks to the kill by Aubrey Ohl, who goes way short on this serve. Aubrey, the junior, gives it back to Lexington. Bella Temple, senior setter for this group. Also leads the team in blocks with 37. That hit pretty much straight off the jugular of Ohl. Ace for Bella. She's up there in aces this year along with her counterparts. She's got 46 now after that one. Line drive right to the back row of Madison. Brown keeps it up. Temple to set right back to Ava. Still no answer for her quite yet. But with the dominance she shows out on the floor, we may not get one. Score moves to 9-3. Temple, another serve. Rogers fields it. Standing swing out of Peyton Butler. This time up the middle. Joust at the net. Won by Lady Lex. Far side, Butler. This ball stays up. Great dig out of the libero. Ross keeps it alive, and Lexington scores. And that'll force the first timeout here of the set in a 10-3 game for Lexington. So many weapons Lady Lex has. Of course, you've got the pin hitters we've already talked about at length, Ava Brown, Tatum Stover, but then you can't forget about the libero for this team. Maddie Ross. She does her thing. Does a good job keeping that other ball up. Temple continues her run at the service line. Set to Butler. Power touch, and Brown leaves this short. To coach's points for Madison. High ball, some side spin on the serve. Received by Ross. They're going back to Brown. Another one short of the net. 2-0 run here for the Lady Rams. Brown taps it up, Stover. And now the send away. This one out of bounds. Stover back row attack. Great dig. But it is in a losing effort still as Lady Lex scores. Now we'll get to see the acing prowess of this D1 prospect, Ava Brown. She wins one there. Leads the team, or actually she's second on the team in that category. Tatum Stover with 57. Ava Brown now with 52 after that ace. But the big one is she's 90% on her serves. Keeps it in play and lets her team do the rest just like Tatum did right there. 13-6 Lexington. Line drive. They're attacking Butler in the back row. This ball punched away. Brown keeps it up. Temple to Stover. Cross court off the shoulder of Rogers. Let's see. Brown going to switch it up. Yeah, she'll go far side now. Give a different look to these Lady Rams. Ole receives the serve, sent over by Porter. Rachel Porter in the front row wearing number 10. Gets a hand on that block. Stover runs up on the ball. Finds a weak spot in that Ram defense. Brown this time sends it down. A couple times she's done that here. She's done that here in this set. Ross receives the serve. Near side, Stover again. Good up by Butler. Here goes Spielman. Nice string of highlights there for Madison. Now 8-15. The dig from Butler, the kill from Spielman. Two seniors balling out in what could be their final game of their careers. That ball was sailing out. It was played, however. And Brown cannot keep it up there in the corner. Rachel Porter, sophomore outside hitter, puts it in play and puts it down. Rams crawling back. Temple, good reflexes to play that off the tape. Porter up. Cross court from Barry. Here goes Stover. Finding the back row. Getting it past. Oh. Lady Lex, they finished third in a tight OCC that saw Dover run away with an OCC title in their first year in the conference. So shout out to those Crimson Flashes. They finished the year 20-2. They're going to be a favorite in their division. Brown back row attack. Madison cannot return that. Let's actually look at that. Rams trying to put something together. Tap down. Another attempt. Yummy ball. Easy pickings for Lady Lex. And a timeout called by the Rams. So they will regroup. Dover also in Division 3, so two top teams in the OCC will have to go through each other if they want a state championship eventually. And then you've also got Worcester. They also finished 18-4. They finished ahead of Lady Lex. 2 losses in the league. They're Division 2, so when it comes to the tournament, not someone that Lex will have to deal with or have to think about. But when you look at this conference, the OCC, and how things shook up, Dover, Worcester, Lexington, and then you've got Ashland, who did beat Lexington. So they proved to be in that upper echelon of the league, the Arrows. But then after that, there's a big drop-off, and Madison is actually the top of the list. So Lady Rams, 6-16. They went 5-9 in league play. As this ball lands on their side for another ace. Ross wins it. But Madison taking some pretty good strides. They were 6th in the OCC last year. They improved their win total by 2. As Brown launches this way out. Pooch serve, left short. Good attempt by Barry. Far side, Spielman. Temple, set, near side, Stover. right there, the Rams. This ball off the block, stays up, sent by Temple. Another attempt, this will turn into a free ball. Back set, powerful, but out. Lady Lex were looking for a touch. They do not get it, so Thornton charged with the error. Back set, Thornton tries again. This time it'll work. Senior middle hitter. Ross with the bump set. Stover's attempt is dug up nicely, and it turns into a point. Lady Rams doing solid here. It's just a 7-point game. The kill by Spielman as she goes back to serve. Slide shot and rejected. Nicely done by Butler. Credit her with the solo block. Nearly another ace. Rams do force the overpass. Look at Butler. Great run of points here out of Madison. Keeping this tightly contested. This off the block. Butler having a good stretch. Just saw that block kind of widen up. Good chance for her to just power touch it off the side. And a nice dump. Temple. Good job reading the floor. Saw that the 10-foot line far side was wide open. Filled the gap nicely. (21-16) Lady Lex. Bullet serve from Stover. Close to the net. And that will not get over. And you can see why Tatum leads the team in aces. That's her 58th. Sets. Butler leaves it short. Stover another go. This one out of bounds. Knew it right as it left her hand. Here goes Ariana Rogers. Libero to libero in the serve. Brown back to her spot, but she's blocked. Rachel Porter, the sophomore, rises up and rejects the senior star. That one brought to you by Charter Next Generation. There's the next generation for the Rams right there. They'll go right back to Brown. This one off the touch. Butler does a good job, and they get to play on. And Temple cuts it off right away. Nice dump. He's had a couple of those already. And it's now set point. This ball eats up Butler. And that will end set number one, 25-18. As Lady Lex rolls through set number 1, you'll have set number 2 next, live and free on the OH Report and on the NFHS Network.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Community. Whether it's supporting our local teams or cheering you on in life, we're here for you in every victory, big or small. Mechanics Bank! That's better.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
Happy Halloween!
And welcome back from Lexington High School, live and free on the OH Report and also streaming on the NFHS Network. My name is Jonathan Langdon, Brandon Powell, Adam Thompson. That's your whole crew tonight for this sectional doubleheader. Lexington cruised to a set 1 victory, 25-18 over Madison. Lady Rams on your screen right now, looking to bounce back and try to put together what they had there towards the end of the set. They had some great looks. They had some great runs. It was just early. They went in such a big hole. They were down as much as 10-3. And that was before the first timeout that was called. Lady Lex, however, will start us off with the serve. This ball left short by Spielman, who had a good first set. Lady Lex strike first. You know, I'm starting to feel as if I'm starting to turn into King Midas with the games that I've gotten to see so far here in this volleyball tournament action that has started this week. This ball left short. Oh, gives Lexington another point. Yesterday, I was in Johnstown watching Northridge take Centerburg all the way to 5 sets. They ended up winning, overcoming a 2-1 comeback, a 2-1 deficit in sets. As here's a nice dump out of Madison that will be called a double contact. But I got to see that game yesterday. Got to see game 1 of this doubleheader that also went to 5. A near comeback from Norwalk from 2-0 down. I'm wondering what I'm going to see at Buckeye Central tomorrow. This ball hits off of the block in favor of Lexington. Speaking of tomorrow, 4-0 Lady Lex here. Plenty more volleyball coverage coming up on the OH Report. See what Madison does here. They find a gap in that Lex defense, and they get their first point of the set. But Adam and I, and also Brandon, all three of us are going to be back together tomorrow at Buckeye Central, about 30 minutes up the road, and a little longer than that, but we'll get to watch Buckeye Central start their potential long tournament run. They take on number 8 seeded Winford. Buckeye, the number 1 seed in that district. This ball goes out of bounds. Tatum Stover will serve for Lexington. That's game 1 of that doubleheader, and then we will get to see Mansfield Christian, number 5 seed, take on the 3rd seeded Edison. Or pardon me, New London is the 3 seed in that district, not Edison. Ava Brown goes right to the face of Barry. She takes it well, and the ball ends up back over. Temple side swing. Thornton, not enough English. The Rams take a shot, but it does result in a point. I could see Maddie smiling it off over for the Lady Rams. But I'm also seeing some red underneath her neck. Must have taken the shot right around there. Brown. And this one shifted outwards by Butler. 6-2 Lady Lex. Thornton will serve. Off balance set. And Temple does it again. She has been very adventurous. She's been very, I guess you could say, aggressive with some of her kind of setter dumps, and they've most of the time worked. Comes into the night with 71 kills, many of which are probably on that same play. Decent up. Nice job by Lady Lex to keep this going. Thornton, yummy ball. Or pardon me, that's not Thornton. That is Sophie Brown, the freshman. It's Thornton to serve. Back set, Butler, power touch. That'll go. McKenna Berkshire. First time we've said her name. She serves it to the net. Just a freshman for this group. Butler goes off the block this time, earns a point. It is 9-4 after that score from the Lady Rams. Ross, you saw her just barely miss out on keeping that ball up. Solid ace out of Madison as well. Butler continuing to do great things. Senior sends another one. Brown calls for this one, and she calls game as well. 10-5. She gets the signal from her coach where to serve it. She goes up the middle. Brown two-handed send over. It'll be a double contact. Not the cleanest send-off from Brown. That ball dips right after the tape. Rachel Porter the ace. Rams within 3. Porter will try it again. This one out. Ducking underneath that one. This ball sent top spin serve from Ross. Set up the middle, not hit cleanly. That'll give Lady Lex another score, 12-7, 5-point lead. Butler runs in on it. Clean two-hand send over. This off the tape. Thornton puts it down. Into the campfire, wisely done. Maddie Berry. That seems like it's been the main issue for Lexington in this game, just communicating who's going to get those campfire balls. Because there's a lot of staring going on when kind of gets dipped in to a tight spot. A lot of people not sure who's going to go get it. It also doesn't help that the libero is off right now as Ross sits on the bench. There's an ace. And then Stutz sends this out of bounds. So Whitney Stutz takes a seat. Off balance swing out of Ole. Here goes Stover, leaving it short. 15-10. Rams hanging in there. Spielman to serve. High ball lined over the net. Plenty of clearance. Brown standing swing. Dug up by Barry. Trying again, but launching it far. Peyton Butler. Have not seen a whole lot of long volleys in this one. Been very quick points. Here goes Butler. Tap. Couple of them. Stover keeps it up. Barry sets to pretty much nobody. Miscommunication on the Madison side. Stover, line drive. Up by Rogers. Low set. Forces a send-off from Butler. And here goes Brown. Long way to go for Temple. Puts it on a platter for Brown. Stumbling, trying to get to the ball was Barry. That'll earn a point for Lady Lex, 18-10. Looks like a wet spot on the floor, so they're going to wipe that up. Lady Rams going to bring out the towel. It was as Barry slipped, dragged some wetness onto the floor. Looks like they're good to go. So Stover has a green light. One of 5 seniors for this Lexington group. Temple close to the net. Slide shot. Thornton not going to get the kill. Good defense by Madison. They'll go back to Brown. Tap over the block. It's too easy. When you're that tall and you have the ability to place it over a block like she just did against Madison, there's not much else that you can do. Butler's swing dug up by Stover. Here again, Brown stays out of the nets and uses her height to her advantage. Lex gets to 20. And that'll force a timeout out of Madison. Coach Trisha Bernhard will chat away. Kind of request from the producer we show our next 7 volleyball broadcasts. Take a look at our schedule coming up this week. Very exciting in the sport of volleyball to be covering as much as we are. Of course, the games you see that happen tonight. And then tomorrow on Thursday, 4 of them. Bucyrus taking on Colonel Crawford. Clear Fork playing Willard. Winford Buckeye Central. Mansfield Christian New London. The latter 2, bottom of the screen. This whole crew will be at tomorrow. Should be exciting over at Buckeye Central High School. Shout out to the athletic director, Phil Woolley. Always treats us well over in New Washington. And his Buckettes, I'm excited to see them for the first time in person. That should be a fantastic watch as they get ready for a potential deep tournament run. It'll probably be the only time I get to watch them. Just how location things work out, I'm sure. And I'll be happy to if it does end up happening. And I'll be happy to hand it off to Josh Banks. Get a chance to follow some N10 greatness up north. Missed that last point. There was the replay. And Stover gets us going again, 21-10. Near side, this one blocked but out. Ariana Rogers. Top spin. Stover receives the serve. Up to Brown in the middle. Porter had a block earlier on Ava. This time, Brown plays off of the left arm of Rachel and pins in the kill. Another set from Barry. And then another block. (23-11). Lady Lex starting to show their dominance tonight. Sucking the energy out of this building on Madison's side. There's another block. Here it is again, thanks to Charter Next Generation. There goes Ava Brown. Set point, 24-11. And that'll go straight down for an ace off of the platform of Rogers. Lady Lex cruising tonight to a sectional championship. Just need one more set to finish it off. 2-0 in favor of Lady Lex on the OH Report and the NFHS Network.
Go. Feel like I should go. Feel like I should feel like.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? an important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Community. Whether it's supporting our local teams or cheering you on in life, we're here for you in every victory, big or small. Mechanics Bank! That's better.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
Happy Halloween!
Set number 3 here from Lexington High School. It's been a long but great day as we've seen 2 stellar matches tonight, one of which could come to an end here at the end of this third set. Side swing, Thornton, that one dug up. Butler fading away. Here goes Stover, just hits over the tape. Butler's second contact gets us started with a Madison point. Rams and spurts have looked great. It's just Lexington on another level right now in a 1-0 game. Lady Lex lead 2-0. Stover evens us up again. She'll go back to the service line, do what she does best, try to go for some aces. Ontario awaiting the winner of this one on Monday. That will be over at Willard. Right now I see Travis Berardi will be on the call for that game over from the Haas. Served by Rogers, nearly wins an ace. Back set, this one misses out of bounds far side. Speaking of Travis, our Country Roads football ranking show that we've had the last couple of weeks will air right at the conclusion of this game on our main OH Report pages on Facebook and on YouTube. Lady Lex takes the lead here after that set just a little high. High ball, Thornton probably could have let it go, but it goes out for hands, and we're knotted at 3. She'll take a seat. Coming in, Braylee Yeichner. And then also to serve number 9 for Madison, McKenna Berkshire. This ball lands in play for Brown. This ball blocked. Butler tried to challenge it. Tries to do it again. Some movement there on the net. No call. There goes a free ball. Barry puts one up. And it's slammed down by Porter. Sophie Brown could not block it on the Madison side. Ends up getting rejected by the tape at that. Rough angle there from Yeichner to try and do anything with that ball. Rams tied up at 5. And there's an ace. Good job there by Porter to find a gap. Get a chance to try again here. This one off the tape nearly falls down. Temple keeps a hand on it. However, the block works out. Spielman. Rams lead by 2. Temple set to Stover. Kind of an awkward touch there from Stover, but it ends up working. It looked like she was serving a plate at some sort with the way she went up for that ball. Lady Lex scores. Ross will serve. That ball will not end up over to Madison. Rams cash in a couple of awkward touches out of Lex. This ball way out of bounds, left by the Lady Lex. So a reset opportunity, Whitney Stutes. She'll go up the middle for this serve. Received by Butler, set far side. This will go to Ole. Dug up by Brown. Quick set. A little bit of shuffling there out of the Rams. They keep it up. Good volley here. Haven't seen much of this. Near side, Stover off the block. Barry taps it away, and that'll be a point for Lexington. Funny touch off the platform of Butler. Here goes Ole. That gets past the block. Chance to reset for Lex. Off the chest of the libero Rogers and taken over. Temple set her dump. Tried to be ready there. Rogers did a good job getting under the ball, but did not go towards really anyone to tap it up a second time. Lex take the lead. Cut shot leaves out of bounds. Lex first to 10. Low dipping serve, yummy ball. Thornton will get credited for the kill up the middle. And now a timeout. Madison calls it. They've got 1 to go in the set. 11-8. Lady Lex with the lead. So the Rams have had the lead for a good amount of time here in this third set. They've played well coming out the gates. Starting to hear some chatter over in the Lexington huddle. Just got to try to stay focused. Janelle Wyatt, a lot of motions to try and will her team to play in some quality volleyball here in the second half of this set. Got to wonder how much of this is Lady Lex just trying to figure out how to not let the energy in this gym affect things, because just comparing and contrasting from set 5 of that Ontario game, the energy has faded here in this gym. There's a service ace out of Stutz. This ball touches the tape. Enough time for Rogers to get underneath it. And the set not too great. Ole can't do anything with it. Temple, near side. Stover. Easy done. Bella does a good job setting it up. Side spin on the serve. They'll go to the back row with Butler. She misses wide. Lady Lex threatening to run away. They lead by 7 now, 15-8. Here comes a free ball. Stover, tight angle, right to Butler. Good dig. Swing by Spielman. Forces Brown to the deck. And here's a free. This time by Lady Lex. Setter dump attempt. Temple this time thwarted by Madison. This one up the middle, off a touch. Kylie Thornton. Everyone talks about Ava Brown and her 6'3" stature. You forget, and honestly, it doesn't look like it, but Kylie also up there in stature, 6 flat. Here comes a free ball. This one in. Brown will set it nicely to Stover, but she misses out a little bit past that back line. And now we'll see a substitution. Alexis Foster comes in, the junior right side for Lex. She'll stand in the corner and read this serve. Temple to Tatum. Butler will line it up. Not the cleanest of swings, but it gets the job done. Rams get to 10. Trailed by just 6 now. Tried to go low on the serve and paid for it. That touches the tape. We go the opposite way of Butler this time. Hutchison got the swing. And on the workaround, we see Brown pummel one to the deck. 8-point lead for Lady Lex. Butler wins this one off the block. It'll be a Madison, or no, this is, yeah, it is Madison point. 18-11. I thought that hit on the Lexington side, and it did. Brown pulls the trigger. Near side, this one in. Great job by Lexington. Nice, strong block. Plenty inbounds. Back set, great connection. Beautifully done between Barry and Butler. I will say Lexington, of course, they lead by 8 right now, and they're about to potentially make it a sweep, but I think the highlights of the game have been on Madison's side. They've had some great plays strung together. Temple staying out of the net. Rough one looking sequence there from Madison. Another point for Lady Lex. 4 points away from setting themselves out of here with a trip to a district semifinal against their great rivals, non-conference rivals in Ontario. This ball up the middle, blocked by Brown. Little stare down as well at the end of that. The lead is 10. Temple, bullet serve. Received by Nelson. Quick set, Butler. Solid swing, it'll work around. Stutes gets a chance at it. Butler goes again. And Ross passes short. Didn't stay in the air long enough. This ball hits off a fingertip. That was a nice ace. I love the celebration out of Madison tonight on all of their aces. Peyton Butler. Not fielded well by Stover. Temple back set, Brown, cut kill. Realistically, they could go to that all game long and they'd have great success. See a sub. And a chance to bring in a fan favorite, number 7, Kira Boyd, the final senior to check into the game. Pardon me, Kyra Boyd. They'll set up the middle. Thornton. Oh my gosh. Sophie Brown in the middle right now. They don't go her way. They'll go Stover instead. That hits off the block. And we will have match point. 24-14. Lady Lex looking for this to be the start of a fruitful postseason run. Low pooch serve. And an up from Boyd has this crowd excited. Far side, tap. There she goes again. Back row attack to end it. This goes to the scorer's table. Madison keeps it in. Temple up the middle. Brown out of bounds. Sophie Brown could not find a spot in play. So the rest of this one will lie on the shoulders of Rachel Porter. Set point number 2, match point number 2. Brown goes up the middle, and that will do it. 9 sets between these two teams. Lex takes all 9, and they get a great start to their tournament run as they take down Madison 3-0 here live and free on the OH Report and the NFHS Network. Your MVP interviews up next.
Feel like I should, feel like I should, feel like I should, feel like I should float.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Whether it's supporting our local teams or cheering you on in life, we're here for you in every victory, big or small. Mechanics Bank! That's better.
I didn't think our staff would even notice that we switched cleaning companies, but they did right away. They noticed that the office was cleaner, that things were bright, more vibrant, and that created a more positive working environment for us. There's always a potential to spread illness if our building isn't as clean as it possibly could be. Having Pinnacle in our building to make sure that it's as clean and safe and healthy as it can be helps us take the best care of our patients. It's family owned and operated, they're local, which means a lot to us.
Take a look at all the action from Friday night football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Time now for your Carruthers Pest Control Player of the Game here on the OH Report. Bella Temple joining us. Congratulations to you on the win today. Great passing, some great setter dumps as well. I'm always a sucker for those. Just talk to me about your team's process going into this game and how you guys felt you executed.
I think we just wanted to focus and practice this week and do our best and get all the reps in we can before we play today, and just we wanted to focus on our serve receive, and me as setting, I wanted to put my hitters in the best situation that they can be in so that we can get the most kills and be in the best situation that we can.
Yeah, just kind of brag on your teammates because you've got some great pin hitters that you get to pass to. Just talk about them.
I love them. I mean, me, Ava, and Tatum have played together since we were like 8 years old. So like it's just amazing to be on the court with them this last year, and just obviously Ava and Tatum, they've improved so much over the years, and they just honestly do such an amazing job. They're the best teammates that you could have. They're always there for you, and like they lift you up so much on the court and do like everything for everybody.
Yeah, and of course as a senior, you guys are all going to get one last go around, a potential run. What is it going to take to go as far as you can?
I think just for us, like we can never overlook anybody. Like everybody can win on any given night. So I think it's just us. We have to come in every night and we have to stay serious and do everything that we can do on the court to push ourselves to get past that barrier that we've had for the last 3 years.
Well, Bella, congratulations. Look into that camera. Give any shout outs you want.
I'd like to shout out my family and all my teammates that helped me get here. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bella. Congrats.
Okay.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
It's time for your post-game show presented by Schmidt Security Pro. Wrapping things up from Lexington High School, a doubleheader well spent as we get to see now Lexington and Ontario move on to Willard next week on Monday. They will play at 7:30 over at the Haas as Lady Lex get it done. There's your set scores, 25-18, 25-11, 25-15. Never in doubt tonight for Lexington as Ava Brown, Bella Temple, who just talked with us, and company come in, get a win on their home floor. Final game here at home, most likely, of this season. You see them dancing it out on the floor. Of course, it's a school night, so everybody's got to get out of here soon enough. So do we. So I want to thank you so much for joining us live and free on the OH Report. I'm Jonathan Langdon. Brandon Powell, your camera operator, your director and producer today is Adam Thompson. Thanks to our sponsors rolling through your screen one final time. And for that, we look forward to covering the Lexington game up against Ontario next week. Should be a thriller between two great rivals here in Richland County. Have a great rest of your night. We will see you next time on the OH Report and on the NFHS Network.